Hey kids, welcome to May. This week we're going to be talking about manifest destiny, and you'll be learning what that phrase means that was coined in 1845. And this hyperdoc you'll find in your distance learning folder, and it also will be in your upcoming assignments. This assignment is going to be due on Tuesday, May 12th. You can see here on the first slide, you're going to read this summary and watch this video by clicking on the link here. You can see the video once you click on it. It's about 2 minutes and 11 seconds. On the next slide, you'll be using some information from the video to help answer these questions. It asks you in your own words. So in your own words, do not use quotes from either source to explain what manifest destiny meant. So you're going to put here in your own words what that word manifest destiny means, what you learned from the prior slide, what you learned from slide 1 here, from this text, and from the video that you just watched. And then the next question asks you to look at the various pieces of evidence on slides 3 to 4. Which do you think would be the most effective at encouraging people to move west? So you're going to go ahead and advance to slide 3 and 4. And here you can see some different primary source evidence. You can see some song lyrics, an ornamental map of the US and Mexico. On this slide, you can see an advertisement to get people to move to California. And on the far right, you can see an ad for some land for sale. So you'll take a few moments to analyze these 4 different pieces of evidence, and you'll come back here to this slide. And again, here, you will, sorry about that. Here on this one, you will go ahead and explain which one you think would be most effective. This portion here asks about, in 1833, future newspaper editor Horace Greeley advised a friend, "Go west, young man, and grow up with the country." And here it asks you some questions about what you think. So what do you think would have enticed someone to follow this advice? And to give at least 3 reasons here in this box. Over here it asks you another question. What do you think would have deterred someone from following this advice? And again, here in this box, you want to give at least 3 reasons. In this box down here, it asks you, who do you think benefited from U.S. expansion westward, how, and why? And to name at least 2 groups or populations here in this box. Our final question here on this slide is, who do you think suffered because of U.S. expansion westward, how and why? And it asks you this time to name at least 2 groups or populations. Once you finish that slide, again, we've already seen this evidence. We use this evidence to answer the last couple questions. We're going to go on to task 2, which is art analysis. This is a very famous painting here that we would be analyzing if we were in class physically together. So we're going to do it this way virtually. And it's called American Progress. And it was painted in 1872 by an artist named John Gass. And it visually represents manifest destiny. The questions below are going to ask you to compare the left side of the painting to the right. You're going to go on to the next slide and then click the present button to make the painting on that slide as large as possible. You want to make it as large as possible so you can see as many details as you can. And while you're looking at the slide, you're going to answer those questions in the box below. You can see you're going to find at least 4 things that are different on the left and right side of the painting. So some hints are to look at the landscape, look at the people. What kinds of people are they? What do they look like they're doing? Do they have certain jobs? What animals do you see in the painting? And any other items you see in the painting there. There could be methods of transportation, hints, or some things way off in the distance you see, for example, in the far right. So you want to list those items below and then give a possible explanation for what this might represent. An example has been completed for you in the box. After you've done filling in the left, right, and explanation, you're going to watch a 4-minute video about the painting, and you're going to write in that box below what did the video tell you that you didn't notice on your own about the painting in that final box there. Once you're done with the art analysis, again, this picture is the enlarged picture that you want to use to analyze to answer those questions. Again, some hints. You want to look way over here. What do you see over here? Some students have a hard time looking like way back here. What's this going on? Who are these people? What kind of jobs do you think they have are some hints. You might want to think about your 4th grade history class. Pay attention to the animals. What are the animals doing? So those are just a few hints for you when you're analyzing this painting. This map is going to assist you with the other questions you have on the next couple of slides. When you get to this portion and when you get to slide 8, you want to get out of present mode because there are some hints on the left-hand side of how you're going to complete the next activity. So on slide 8, it tells you it's task 3 to look at some maps. On this slide and the next 8, you will see the map below. It's the same map on every slide. You're going to read the description and then shade the map as directed. There's a video or a list of written instructions at the left that will show you how to do the shading. So again, you want to get out of the present mode, and you can scoot your slide over here, and it has a super short video that tells you how to get that curve tool. So you want to watch that, and the directions are written here as well on how to do on each of the slides. So you need to read this information. It tells you you're going to find this part and you're going to shade it yellow. And you're going to use that same curve tool on slide 9, which again is a map. Now you're looking for a portion that involves the Treaty of Paris. You want to read this, and you're going to shade that portion red. And again, you want to refer back to that map on slide 7. That should assist you as well in figuring out what you're looking for to shade here. You're going to do the same thing on slides 10, 11, 12, and all the way through slide 16. So there's different colors. You're going to shade all of these portions. Again, you need to read the instructions. And again, on slide 8, again, if you go back to slide 8 and you're out of present mode, it tells you on the left-hand side here how to do that and how to watch that video and how to do that shading, curving, excuse me. On slide 17, you're going to be looking at Native Americans and the impact of Manifest Destiny on Native Americans. There are a couple of different videos and articles you're going to read here. In the video, as you can see here when you're reading the instructions, there are some graphic images, some photographs starting at about minute 7 of the video. If you don't want to see that, you can of course skip that when you get to about 6:50 or so in the video. You can just listen to it and not look at the visuals because they are a bit upsetting. Again, you can just watch that portion. If you need any more details, there are some references here. Part B is a 17-second animation. You need to read those instructions to see what to do. And finally, there's an article to read for Part C. And this is an interesting article about a Manifest Destiny shirt that the Gap came up with. And so you're going to click on this. You'll see what that shirt looks like and read an article about the Gap. And they had a huge public outcry when they created the shirts. Here's a picture of the shirt down here. So you may not be familiar with Manifest Destiny right now. So you may think, well, who cares? What does it matter? But hopefully through this lesson, you'll be able to understand why people were upset. And there is an article here that explains why this shirt was pulled from Gap from the store. And after you've read this article, again, you'll want to write, what do you think of the shirt? What do you think of the issue? What do you think about the activist's response, the designer's response, the company's response, etc.? And please share your thoughts down here at the bottom. As you can see here on the side, some of these, if you're not in present mode, it'll tell you about how long it will take you to complete the slide. So the estimate for this slide is it would take you about 15 minutes to complete it. So you want to plan your time appropriately. Slide 18 is about the Mexican-American War. And this is work as a group. I'll have to change that. You'll be working as an individual, not as a group, since we are doing distance learning. And for Part B, you are going to click on that link here to this Quizlet. And you are going to use at least 6 of the terms in the set to write a summary. So you're going to be writing a summary of the Mexican-American War in the space below. Make each vocabulary word you use bold. So again, you want to make it bold and underline each of the vocabulary words that you see in the Quizlet. And even though it's on the list, Mexican-American War cannot be used and counted as one of your 6 terms. So you cannot use Mexican-American War as one of your 6 terms. And again, you'll want to watch this video below and the Quizlet to be able to write that right here for Part B. Finally, you're going to go into slide 19. This is the end. You want to go back and look back over your work on each of the tasks to make sure you've completed each slide and that you precisely followed all the directions. This time you are going to be turning in the assignment in Schoology. Remember, if you're not sure how to submit it in Schoology, I have this short video. If you start at the 1-minute mark, it is a review for how to submit in Schoology. Remember, you're going to click that big submit button that looks like this to make sure it is submitted. And of course, in Schoology itself, you'll see that little piece of paper in the gradebook that tells you it has been submitted. If you realize you've made any mistakes or need to make any additions or changes, you could unsubmit the assignment to make those changes. But you do need to make sure it's turned in to me by Tuesday, May 12th in Schoology. So you'll have a week to do this. This one's a bit longer than some of the other assignments that we've had so far. So you want to pace yourself and make sure you're giving yourself the appropriate amount of time to get going on this assignment. If you have any questions, please email me any questions that you have. And again, this is due on Tuesday, May 12th. Thank you.